I recently heard a saying that goes like, truth is like poetry, and most people fucking hate poetry, or something like that. I'm not sure if it includes, if I added the the F-bomb, or if that was part of it, but that means a couple things to me, and then I'm curious to hear what it means to you. But to me, it means really two big things. One, I tend to avoid the hard stuff, the hard truth, the stuff I don't want to hear, the stuff that would prove me wrong. And a lot of times that has to do with numbers and things like that. So looking at budgets, looking at forecasts, looking at how we're performing, and what's funny about it is a lot of times we're performing very well, but I still don't want to look, because I don't want to risk the chance that I'll disappoint myself and be upset or something like that. And I think that sort of stems from early days in business where I wasn't doing so well, and so every time I did look, it would be terrible. I would feel like shit, and then I would lose my motivation or something like that, which is silly, because when you're doing shitty, what you should do is you should you shouldn't double down on what's doing what is doing poorly, but you should be motivated to do better. And then the second thing it means to me is there's this book called Eat That Frog. I've talked about it a few times. It's a wonderful book about prioritization and picking the things that you decide to spend your time on, picking them by what is going to sort of make the most contribution or have the most impact, or things like that. And so it sort of woke me up to picking the hard stuff, or at least not avoiding the hard stuff. The hard stuff is usually the big stuff, the stuff that requires a lot of my concentration, a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of commitment. It might require 2 hours. It might require an entire day. It might require my time plus my team's time plus all kinds of stuff. So I tend to put them off. But in fact, it's those things. It's those items, those scary or supposedly scary items that end up making the most impact, and that have the most meaning, and really the ones that I should be prioritizing first. So it's an interesting saying, and it's one that I've recently thrown up on my whiteboard as something to look at every day, and remind myself to not avoid the truths, to seek out the truths, because like I said, more times than not, it's those truths that are going to have the most positive impact on us. So I'll leave you with that, and I'm going to do a little write-up on that, a little newsletter on that pretty soon, I imagine. If you haven't joined my newsletter, I hope that you will. It's pretty nifty. I spend a good bit of time on it. It's short and sweet, but it's thoughtful, and you can find more about it on Steele.com. And just scroll down, there's a little newsletter sign up, and I send it every Wednesday, or try to send it every Wednesday. Sometimes I get it out on Fridays, but it's really good, and I think you'll get a lot from it. It's got little thoughts like this. I'll break them down and try and find the actionable stuff within these thoughts, and it's about life, it's about business, sometimes it's about marketing, it's about all kinds of stuff. So I hope you enjoy, and have a wonderful week.